Game Changers Podcast.
Sanibonani, dumelang absheni. Hello, wherever you are in South Africa, wherever you are in Africa. Welcome to the Game Changers Podcast. I'm your host today, Mpotau. Mohabi is not here. Mohabi is working with Shege today behind the cameras. I'm not alone as always. I'm with Lagado. How are you, ma'am?
Hi. I'm all good.
You're good.
The weather is good.
Yeah.
Outdoor vibes. I love it.
Vaya Oshamalunde.
Hello. I'm going to a wedding, Kasbakanyana. Hello.
From Malunde to a wedding.
My Melo, Takinki love lives here today.
Oh, we are not alone, guys. We have this beautiful lady here. Mare when time goes on and what they introduce her. Don't forget, guys, to follow us on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, everywhere where you can follow us, guys. Facebook, Game Changers Evolution, or the GC podcast. How are you, ma'am?
I'm good, thanks.
You're good. How are you feeling?
I'm okay.
Because you were quite nervous yesterday when we spoke about the interview.
I still am.
You still are?
I still am.
Be free. We're just going to have fun. Yeah, we're just going to have a nice conversation.
Just having a nice conversation.
A little reunion.
Exactly.
This is what this is actually.
So you're good. So can you please tell the Game Changers who you are and where are you from and what are you currently doing?
Okay, so my name is Tonia. I'm from Sharpeville, born and bred and jammed and battered and all
Yes.
that. I was raised here, I went to school here. I spent all of my life here, you know. I went to school with you guys.
Yes.
I know almost all of you guys here. You know, so but at the moment, which is part of the reason why I'm here today,
No, don't tell us the reason why you are here today. Just tell us what you do or what have you done or what have you been doing.
I've been working. I've just been working. I've just been trying to do this life thing.
Yeah,
You
find
know,
yourself,
I've been working in retail.
stability and all that.
Yes, I've been working in retail for most of my adulthood, and yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah. I get you. So
And I know Tonia is a mom.
Yes, I'm a mom, guys.
I love moms, guys. I love moms.
Okay. Before we go any further, because I know she won't leave this. What? According to you, what's that special thing of being a mom? I'm gonna tell you the reason why I'm asking you this question when we further with the conversation. Because I feel like the conversation that we're going to have Lagadu today is very personal and very emotional. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of tears here. So so according to you, what's the best thing of being a mom?
So the best thing for me about being a mom, you know, is knowing that God trusted you to raise this person or these people.
Yeah.
You know, looking at your kids every day. In my case, I have two, but I only stay with one. So my son stays with his paternal family. I stay with my daughter full time. So it's waking up every day, looking at her and being like, guys, I'm responsible for this. You know, I created this. She looks so much like me. Sometimes when she behaves the way she does, like I will shout, but at the back of my mind, I'm like, no, but this is me when I was her age.
Like,
You know,
raising yourself.
It's so beautiful raising. It's so beautiful. I don't even know how to explain it, but you see yourself in that little person and you're like, yo, so I'm responsible for this person. It's such...
But then how does raising one child affect you, since like you have mentioned that you have two? obviously you'd want to bond with the other one. You want to be with, is it a him or a her? It's a he. Yeah, like umnati ho bona ngwana a hola every step of the way. So like not raising him full time, that how does that affect you as a parent?
It's not a good feeling. I don't want to lie. Like, it's not good.
Wena bana ba
Because
ba le ba le two ne
Yes.
e umbokoto.
Eish, hona le di-struggles that thing. So
yeah,
Okay,
it's not
yeah.
a good feeling
not all
because in the beginning it was, it was planned that since I'm in retail, I don't really earn much to support, like to raise two kids full time on my own. So it was discussed that, okay, he's going to stay with his dad and his family. He's a boy, The girls need their mothers more. So I'll take the daughter. She'll stay with me. She'll be with me full time. And as time went on, things happened and I lost, I was denied, access and stuff. And it hurts.
You got access. Access to your child was
I
denied.
was denied. It's still denied.
How old is he?
He's 6 now.
So what's the relationship between you and his family, like the fathers and everyone from that family?
Ooh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Guys,
It's okay.
Tishunyana.
Tears are allowed.
Okay,
Guys,
okay.
tears are very much allowed.
Okay, so the relationship is not so good at the moment. Like I said, a lot of things happened, and our plan initially was, you'll have access,
Whenever you need it.
you'll have access, you'll see him when you need to or when you want to. You'll come, he'll also come. But as time went on and as things happened, things changed. I started not knowing anything. I started not being contacted about anything. I just saw them being so distant, not even wanting me to have access to him, like I'm going to poison him or something, And it hurts because you're a good mother. I'm a good mother. I'm raising my daughter. And if you can see her, I think you've seen her.
Yeah, I've seen her.
I'm always with
seen
her. I know I'm a good mom. And having been denied access to my son, for me, it's not, I'm really not comfortable with that. But at the moment, at the same time, I feel like it will happen in time, as time goes on, it will just happen. At the moment, as I'm talking to you now, his grandmother called me a few weeks ago and she was like, I think I want you to have access to your son. I think she heard the truth about me or she realized something about me, and now she was like, maybe she realized, I was wrong, to deny this person access to this child. So she's back. She's like, you need to have access, and because I lost a lot of time, it's gonna be a slow process. Yeah.
Larato, if you were in her shoes, or wherever she is in terms of raising her kids, what would you do? What do you think can work for her?
Honestly, I cannot begin to imagine, the pain
Ne?
because, I mean, you're a lion and you want your cubs to be around you all the time, and you want to give them love. Like you want to love your kids in all ways possible, and not being able to do that is in a grief, so in her shoes, what I would say is allow yourself to grieve because you lost time. You lost precious moments, and I mean, as much as a boy child needs their dad, they also need their mom. And having been raised with my siblings, I know how important that relationship is. And being an older sister, your girl is the oldest. Like, yeah, I know the girl. Having to give your kids that relationship, you know what, le bona ba hole as siblings, because as a bali separated like this, that also hinders, that relationship. It's not only relationship ya Tonia le ngwana, but also the siblings. So I think the first step has already been taken by the grandmother who has reached out to say, you know what, let's start afresh. So I think that's what you can do. Start afresh, but also allowing yourself to grieve.
Yeah.
You know
Ne?
what? I lost time. I lost memories. I lost my child for a certain time.
Milestones.
You lost milestones.
Yeah.
And then also embrace what lies ahead, because not all is lost.
Yeah.
There's still hope. There's still,
There's still the future.
yes, there's still the future. And one thing I love about children, kids love you unconditionally. They don't care.
They do.
They do not care. Like, you can, I see with my kids, like, you can do like huge stuff to them, and then they come back.
Yeah,
Always come
They
back.
always come back. They come back to love.
And I'm sorry, Mpo, but with my son, I'm so happy that he still remembers me after all this time that we
he
lost.
does.
Because the grandmother, when she called me, she was like, "Your son wants you. He knows you're his mom, and he asks about his mom all the time, and she wants to, But when I'm alone, I'm like, yo, but I've lost so much. Where am I gonna start? He's
where you
old
gonna
now.
start?
How am I gonna explain the lost years? How am I gonna explain why I was not there? But I guess it's a bridge we'll have to cross. And guys, when I got here, I promised myself I wasn't gonna cry. Don't do this to me, please.
You know what?
going to have a
Now I
good
said, now I said, tears are allowed.
And I'm a cry. I'm such a crier.
Yes,
I'm a
let's
baby.
cry. Come on, let's cry. Ooh. Post duties.
I just want us to discuss something, ne? Because she doesn't have access to I just wanted us to discuss something, ne? Especially on the side of law, since she doesn't have the access to her son. According to law, or whatever that you guys know in terms of raising children, co-parenting and all that, what can she do, or what do you think you can do in terms of the side of the law?
You know what, Nick, guys? I went and inquired with the law, and I was like, what can I do in this situation? And I was given legal advice. You need to go to court. You need to fight. You need to, because I didn't sign. Honestly, I never signed anything that said here you can take him. It was a verbal agreement, and because by that time things were good, and they were helping me. They were taking the burden off of me. And I was so grateful for that. And when I got the legal advice to say go to court, go to children's court, do this,
You didn't see the necessity of doing all that because you guys had agreed that
I didn't. And when they started denying me access to my son, I think I tried. With the influence of my family, I tried, and I went to like children's court, and I went there, and I was like, no, I want my son back. But then when I was there, I was like, no, but guys, but this is fighting, I don't want to go this route. I want us to sit down and talk the way we sat down and talk when this thing was starting, So I didn't want to go that route. And look, I didn't go that route, and they're back to their senses. I'm about to get my son, even if he doesn't come stay with me full time. Even if he does, he's like, I'm gonna have him in my life now. I think it all worked out for the better.
Having not gone to the fighting route, because I can understand how that is, because sometimes you feel like, you know what, these people were good to me at some point. We had good times together at some point. And although we are not agreeing, you'd want to not aggravate them in case you don't know what might happen. You don't know if you're gonna lose your child forever now. So I really understand that.
With all that being said, guys, I just want to take this approach. Ne? Have you guys ever been in a situation whereby, let's say you report something to the police, ne? Where any kind of crime, ne? And you feel like you were not served justice? You're reporting something and you feel like, no, justice was not
Was not
served.
served.
Yeah.
Okay, so on my side, I had an incident where my little brother was terrorizing our family. I'm gonna use the word terrorize because there were times where he'd come and he'd start picking fights with everyone, and he'd start stealing things from the house. Like those kind of things. And we reported the matter to the police, and it boiled down to him having a drug problem, right? And we were told, get a protection order. How do you get a protection order from a person you live with? Right? Okay, so we were told to have like certain conditions on the protection order, which was he's not allowed to get into a certain bedroom. He's not allowed to talk to a certain person.
Now, when you leave the house, you have to lock the bedrooms, or what do you have to
and
do?
our township houses don't have locks on the bedrooms.
Some
guys.
some don't even have doors.
Exactly.
So
And our lives does not allow that to happen, because you find certain things are in that bedroom, and
Yeah, you
everyone
need to
should
get
use
those,
that
yeah.
thing. So it was those things, and you find, okay, we had the protection order, and then we were told, okay, when he violates that protection order, we can call the police. And then you call the police, and then they come and tell you, hey, this is not good. The drugs are killing our children.
they're giving you advices now.
Not even advices, they're just commenting. Because if they were giving us advice, they would
Yeah.
say, take this route, do this. Okay, now that this has happened, we are going to do this. You understand? It got to a point where there was a case opened because my little brother was actually like now physical with my little sister. So like now it's not safe. We can't wait for him to attack my little sister for
Yeah,
us. We don't know what's
yeah,
gonna happen.
yeah.
You understand? So what happened was we ended up moving my little sister to another place. She now lives with my aunt.
Which is something
And
that has
now-
happened to you. You
And
you
now-
had to relocate for some reason.
Right?
Yeah.
But we will come to
for,
that.
for your own safety.
Yeah,
You understand?
yeah.
And now like it's almost like the justice system like failed us.
It failed.
We
It
reported
failed,
the
no?
crime. There was proof of that crime. We took pictures. We took videos. There were witnesses. We would call neighbors, but nothing has happened.
And you guys, did you want him to get arrested?
We wanted to be safe. We have
That was the
kids
main
in that
thing.
house.
That was
you
the main
understand?
thing.
And we were told that, rehab will be arranged for him so that he can go away, because we can see now this is a drug problem. And it just ended there.
Have you ever been in that situation where like you literally opened the case for someone?
No. No, not really. But I've been in a position where something's happening and there's two police guys in the yard and they're there and there's a police van and nothing gets done. You know.
The reason why I'm asking you guys, I'm building up to something, just to check whether are we served as citizens or we're just taken for granted. Ne?
But
I-
also
okay.
on that, I've had experiences where I was assisted by our justice system.
Yeah, we
You know,
cannot
the
say it's
were
all
times-
useless.
Yes,
and
Yeah,
there
they're
were
not all
times
useless.
where
Yeah.
I was served justice, or there were times where I felt my complaints were
We're heard.
heard. Yes.
The reason why I'm asking you, I had an experience of someone breaking into the house, taking the laptops and all that, going opening the case, and I was just asked, Muna, did you buy the laptop cash or you still paying it? No, I bought it cash. No, you have money. Go and buy another laptop.
Oh my
So
goodness.
so
Oh,
like
no.
I was so shocked because when I arrived there, I got to the reception and I told them my problem. Then they called someone. I was like, okay, they're calling someone. Then it means that they're going to take my case serious. But that guy came to me and said to me, "Did you buy the laptop cash?" Yes, I bought it cash. Ah, Muna, you have money.
And if
Go,
you had
go and buy
and
another
if you had
laptop.
said you didn't buy it cash, they were
Then-
gonna say report it to insurance,
Exactly.
get another
You
one.
see, so somewhere somehow we feel okay, our justice is failing us, but somewhere somehow it's helping us.
But also, to add on that, what in that whole situation with my family and my brother, we got to learn that justice is not straightforward like we want it to be. Like the law is not like as straightforward as we think. Like you think somebody hits you with a claps you on your face or slaps you on your face or whatever, you'd think that because that happened, this must happen. Like because
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
Get
assaulted,
arrested.
I need to. This person must not get arrested.
yeah.
You know, but now there are processes, there are
That
conditions
supposed to take
to.
place.
You know, there are a lot of things
Yeah,
in play.
yeah.
So I think that is what I picked up.
Like I was reading, I was on the internet the other day and I saw a story of this guy that got robbed. I think he was on his way back from work and he got robbed, like they stole his cell phone. So this robber took his cell phone, he chased the robber, he got the robber and he stabbed the person to death. You know, and as there was a video there and he was in a police van, like he was arrested and people were like in the comments, why are you arresting this guy? He's the victim. It's -1 robber and all that. And people don't understand that with the justice system, he has to get arrested so that justice can be served also for him because then the court will decide. The court is the one that has to decide.
What happens?
No.
Yes.
Yeah, ne?
And also in that case, we need to get facts.
Yeah.
You know, we can't just say just because this person was the court, I think, in my opinion, needs to establish the facts. You know, they need to get to a point where, you know what, okay, you were not the person who stabbed. You are saying this, but we need to make sure that what you are saying is the truth.
That we have all the facts.
Yes.
Now, Tonia, you having the experience of now we were talking about us reporting, right? You being in an experience of being in the other side or of being reported.
Being the suspect.
Being the suspect.
You've been a suspect.
Can you just take us through that day? Through that day, you woke up. What did you do? What happened that day?
How the day started.
Everything. How the day unfolded for you.
For me to finally get arrested.
For you to finally get arrested.
Okay. So guys,
I'm going to ask you to like put your mic just above your
Like
mouth. Yes.
Tsena wa di batla ditaba tse. Tsena wa di batla tse.
You know what? We must not take away the opportunity to educate.
Yeah. That's true. So can you please take us through that day?
okay, so I'm just gonna put a little disclaimer out there. This whole experience, I've never really spoken about it anyway. So it's gonna be a bit emotional and you know, just bear with me, please.
Should we say we are the best podcast because she it's
Like
the first
you've never
time
had
coming
it
here.
anywhere.
Yeah, you've never had
It's
Game Changers.
exclusive.
It's exclusive. It's our
From the horse's
first
mouth.
time.
And right
It's
from the
our
horse's
first
mouth.
time hearing this. I've only read about it in the newspaper. So this is the first time we're hearing it from the horse's mouth.
Right from the
So
horse.
you read about it.
Yeah, I did.
It was in the newspapers, guys.
Yes.
Nah, I don't know.
I did.
And I heard about it from him.
I read newspaper.
Because I don't know about the newspaper, but I know. Okay, but I know about the radio. I know I was on radio. I was mentioned on radio. They had a whole topic about me. And I know I was popular on Facebook as well. But let me get into the story.
Yeah,
So, just like any other day you wake up. I was in a relationship, guys. I was in love.
Yeah, meaning it was. Is it okay to say it was a love triangle?
Can we? I think.
Can I just?
Yeah, let's
Can I
first
just
get
tell-
into the story and then
Yeah.
we will
Okay.
ask questions.
Yeah. So
Whatever
I was
you
in
don't
a relationship
understand.
with this guy. Beautiful relationship. Ooh. He was so good. Like everything was so good. Everything was so. Have you ever been like in a relationship where you feel like, okay, this is the one?
Umshado lento. Umshado lento.
When I
It
was
was
in
like
the gun
that.
shot. You know all about that.
Guys. So I was feeling like that, like those butterflies in your stomach, like it's low. Yeah. So I was in love with this guy. He's a police officer right here. Yeah. And we were like, so the thing happened in 2019 in October. Yeah. So we were in a relationship for we met in June.
Yeah, 2019.
How many
Okay.
months is it?
From
I think
June,
4
July.
months.
Yeah.
4 months, yeah.
4 months. So we were in a relationship for like 4 months.
Honeymoon, yeah, 4 months.
It's still honeymoon, guys.
That's all no feel like a umshado lento.
I was so in love. Like, I would wake up in the morning, get ready for work, get to work, talk about him the whole day. He's there, he's calling, that vibe, that nice vibe. And on the 7th was on Monday. So from Saturday, Sunday, leading up to that Monday, I attended a wedding with my friends that I was staying with there where I was staying, We all attended a wedding on Saturday, we attended a wedding on Sunday, and he was off as well, and he was spending time with his kids. Well, he was divorced, and he had 2 kids, and on that weekend, he was spending time with his kids, and I was spending time with my friends, when we didn't see each other for that weekend.
Yeah.
So you can imagine on Monday, we missed each other so much. And also on Monday, we were both off from work, And we were like, we'll see each other on Monday. So we were both looking forward to Monday. I was looking, I don't know. Now I don't know about him. But I was looking forward to Monday so I can see my man,
It's been, you haven't seen him.
the whole
and
weekend. And you remember
Was it
still-
the first time like y'all be apart that long?
Yeah, because since the relationship started, we were together like every day because he works
only
around.
4
He also
months,
works
yeah.
around here, so we'd see each other, And like, it was. I felt it, man. I felt real. This one, yo.
I
But-
feel you.
I guess it was not. I wanted it to be, but it was not meant to be. I guess because on the 7th, on the Monday that we were anticipating for the whole weekend that we're gonna meet on Monday, we met. He came. So this is my thing, ne? So since I'm a single mom, right, and I stay with my daughter, she was 7 at that time. When I date, it's so hard to date as a single mom.
Hard.
It's so hard.
But it's so hard
So
for
this
us to
time
date
you had
as
your son. You already had your son.
I had my
yeah,
son, but
yeah.
he was
was
staying
not-
there already.
okay,
He
right.
was staying with his family, his
Right.
paternal family already.
But to clarify this, it's also hard for us.
It's also hard for
Yes,
you.
single dads.
You're not with your. Are you with your kids like full time? I'm with my
No,
daughter
no,
24/7.
we are not with them full time. Ne? But guys, we get questions that we don't have answers for.
Why am I so happy to hear that?
we are accountable. We are responsible for certain things. Now, my child doesn't even ask her mom for anything.
But then I know you're close with your daughter as well. I
She
know.
doesn't even. She stays with her mom, but she calls me whatever that she needs. She calls me.
So Tata Jola.
What I told Jola because
But you're all the time.
listen, if
Now, yeah, I'm trying to understand.
listen,
Like, Jola,
what
Jola will get that guy
Tata
move.
go Jola when you have a child is
As a
that
man.
As a man.
as a man is that you have to introduce your child to this person.
Have
Whatever.
to.
It's going to happen either way.
The same way.
Either way, it's going to
really
happen.
have to.
Wabo, then honeymoon face fade. Yeah, hi. Honeymoon face high fade. Then there's another person. Time not to reintroduce and
No,
again.
you don't have to introduce.
Guys,
so
my
so
man-
that is the struggle with dating as a man.
maybe we date for different reasons. Wabo. especially when it comes to that, because if you want to be in a serious relationship, you cannot be in a serious relationship with the person but you are not involved.
I think I'm going to
But guys,
park
no.
this a little bit. Ne?
No,
I'm going to park this. I understand.
Yeah.
I'm
I don't
gonna
agree
park
with
it.
you. Paul.
Okay, fine.
I'm going to park
guys,
it
either you agree,
because I have so many questions.
guys,
Come
either
to
you
me. I have
agree
so
or
many
you don't.
questions.
It's something that is happening because now I'm talking from experience. But you can continue. I'm talking from experience.
Let's
Okay, so guys-
continue.
Yeah.
We are going to have this one.
Okay, so
We're
guys,
having it.
back
Yeah.
to my story.
Yes.
So with me, ne, it's hard. Like I don't introduce my daughter to anyone. I haven't introduced my daughter. She's 11 now. And you remember that time she was 7, and I could feel this relationship is the one, but I hadn't introduced her. They hadn't met. So when he came to see me, we'd sit maybe in the car on the street. Like he never came. I don't even let guys into my space, if into mine and my daughter's space, because as much as it's my place, I also need to respect her. It's also her space, you know. So I can't bring like a guy. And okay, so on that day he came and we sat in the car, as always. So like we spent a lot of hours in the car, like talking, you know, we missed each other. And he was telling me about his weekends with the kids, and I was also telling him about my weekend at the wedding, you know. So it was nice. So we're just sitting, you know, we just like the vibe,
Having
you know,
like
the vibe. Can you guys
nice
understand
times,
the vibe?
you know, quality time
You know?
with your man
And then
after not seeing each other for
the whole
2
weekend,
days.
2 days. That's long.
It's long because you used to see each other every day.
Yeah.
It's long.
So, and then like he told me that his son, because he has 2 kids as well. So he has a son. He was about 3 at that time, or 4. His son had his phone and he put in the wrong password. Obviously, the phone is blocked. No, but the thing was with the phone, it was blocked. I don't know how it is blocked, but he couldn't unlock it. Nah, he couldn't unlock it. But you know when a notification comes, you can just drag the thing and then you can read.
Yeah.
So we were sitting and then like the guy got a message on his phone and he was sitting, it's nice, we're talking. And then all of a sudden he gets a notification, he sees it, and then he's like quiet. All of a sudden he doesn't chat, he's not so chatty. He's like, okay, when I talk, and I'm talkative, I talk. If you guys know.
You do, I know.
You do,
I
right?
know.
I talk. So I'm talking. I will take over the whole conversation. Even here, guys, be careful.
Don't worry, today's all about you. Do not worry.
So he's like disturbed, you know. He's like, his answers,
And you can now see like he's
And-
being distracted.
And
He's
I can
distracted
see
now.
that, no, you know, what's happening now? But I don't ask him, I'm like, are you okay? He's like, no, I'm fine. And then like I continue talking, like, you know, but then in my mind, I'm like, maybe because he spent time with the kids, he's divorced, you know, and they didn't normally agree on certain things with his ex-wife. So I'm like, okay, maybe they had a disagreement. Maybe it's disturbing him. Maybe that's her on the phone. Because my mind is like, there's something that's happening on that phone that just happened now, you know, and disturbed everything. And he was like that for most of the evening. He came to me around 7, 6 or 7. And then we were sitting in the car the whole time, and it was now past 8, I think. And I could see, you know, I told him, but I can see you're disturbed, you know, you're not the same person that came here, you know. And he was like, no, Ish, can I use your phone? Because I can't make calls with my phone. Can I make a call with your phone? I'm like, okay, sharp. I give him my phone. I'm thinking it's the baby mama. He didn't have baby mama drama. He spoke, most of the time he would speak with his baby mama on the phone with me around, and I would hear the conversation, and they were cool with each other. They were like friends, you know. They had kids together, guys. So they spoke. Even when they fight, they would disagree, but respectfully, you know. But that time he asked to borrow my phone, and he was speaking on my phone. And you know, when you're sitting next to someone, especially in a car, you can hear
the responses on
even
the
if you
phone.
can't hear clearly what they're saying, but you can hear that this person is busy with the woman on the phone, you know. And he's not even replying, he's not saying anything, he's just like You know, it's suspicious. I'm sitting next to you. You're speaking to a woman. The woman is shouting. She's furious. You
Okay.
can tell. I'm like, is this the baby mama? I'm like, is this the baby mama? But no, they don't talk like this. You know. Now I have questions like in my head. Who's this?
Who's this person?
But then the woman on the other side of the phone is shouting and she's fighting. And I'm like, this guy is talking to his girlfriend now. Now I'm like, okay, this is his girlfriend. I don't know which girlfriend, but this is a woman. So, and I snatched my phone, you know, from him. I just snatched my phone. I'm like, you're speaking to a woman with my phone next to me, you know?
Your presence.
And he's like, no, that's not my girlfriend. He's trying to explain. And as he's trying to explain, so I didn't hang up. I don't know. We don't have a phone here. I was going to demonstrate.
Get off. Yeah.
Okay. So he had the phone here. So I just snatched it, right, guys? And I put it here. So I'm talking. And I put my phone here. And I'm talking to him. I didn't hang up the phone. So I'm talking to him. How dare you talk to a woman? Sorry. How dare you talk to a woman with my phone? You know, my airtime, you call another woman. And that's not the mother of your kids. Don't even lie about it, you know? You know how women are. We are jealous, nyana.
We want to.
You know,
Jealous
you don't want your man talking to other women. We are jealous, nyana.
Just a little.
So as he's like busy trying to explain, no, that's not my girlfriend and things like that, I can hear, but this person is still here. My phone was loud at that time. I didn't even care to lower the volume. So I'm like, okay, this person is still talking. I just do like a loudspeaker.
Yeah.
And this person, so my other name is Mateboho. I'm putting it on record. It's like Mateboho. Guys, people call me Tonia.
Everywhere.
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 Everywhere. I'm like, that name was like for school. You know, even for work. But now everywhere. You know, even when I tell people Mateboho, they're like, no, we want the other one. Okay, so I put the phone on speaker and I'm like, and suddenly the woman is like, exactly. I had that expression on my face as well.
Meaning she knew about you.
She knew about me, but I didn't know about her and I didn't know her. So I don't know what she knew about me, but and the funny thing is she was busy saying, and I'm not even paying attention to her. I don't know her. I'm here with my boyfriend that I love so much. I'm like, she even knows my name. Like, I'm not talking to you. She even knows my name. You told her my name. What else did you tell her about me? Like, you know, and he was busy trying to explain. And I'm also getting angry.
What was he
now
saying? Like, what was
he was like, no, yes. I was like, she even knows my name. And he's like, yes, she knows your name because I told her about you. I'm like, you told your girlfriend about me? And he's like, no, she's not my girlfriend. Like, he's trying to explain. So, but I'm furious. I don't want to listen. You know how we are when we argue with our boyfriends, guys. Honestly, we argue.
Yeah.
And for me, it was that. It was just that. An argument with my boyfriend over a girl that he spoke to on my phone. You would also be angry at that. You know, so my phone is still on speaker. I'm talking to him. And then suddenly there's two voices now. There's two women on the phone. They're swearing now. Hey, I can't say what they're saying.
I'm pretty sure it was wretched.
Okay, fine. So I hang up my phone. I'm like, I don't have time for this. So I hang up, ne? So it's my phone, remember? I hang up and I'm fighting with my boyfriend. I'm like, why would you do that? Guys, I'm shattered also because I love this person. I put
you
him
thought like, he's the
I
one.
put him up there, like he's my all. You know? So I'm talking to him like, what just happened? And then I get a call on my phone. It's just a number. I don't know the number. I don't know the number he called. So I'm assuming it's my call because it's my phone. So I'm like, hello. And then it's the same people and they're swearing. They're not even giving me a chance to speak, you know. And then I hang up and then I'm like, you know what? I'm done with this. I get out of my boyfriend's car at that time and then I leave. I bang the door and I go because I was renting a room. I go lock the door and I go straight to bed. Guys, I'm heartbroken. You know,
disappointed.
I think my boyfriend is cheating on me, and then these people are swearing at me. I don't know them. They know my name, you know, and he's not really, well, he did try to convince me, but I wasn't listening. But to me, it was just a fight with my boyfriend, In my head, it was still gonna get solved. I was just angry at him. I still loved him. It didn't mean it's over now.
Yeah.
For me, it was just that fight.
It was just
we've never
something
had a
that
fight.
had happened.
It was our first fight, And then I went to bed and I was sleeping, guys. And sometimes you don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Sometimes things just happen.
Yeah.
There was a strong wind on that night. Like, as we were sitting in that car, there was a strong wind, like it was gonna rain, a heavy storm, but
It's
it was
not
not
happening.
raining.
It's not happening.
There was just
Yeah.
the skies were like, it was late, so the
Dark.
skies were like dark, like
Yeah.
there was no stars, I don't know, but I only realized after that, wow, what if that storm was trying to that wind was trying to warn me of something. But then on that day I went to bed because I was going to work the following day. My daughter was going to school, It was already late. I got out of the car, I think around past 9. So I went straight to bed. I was tired. So I slept. I slept with a broken heart. But I still had hope, okay, it's still going to be okay. If we're dating and we fight or we argue, it's not over. We can still fix it, right? So I still had that mindset. So I went to bed. Guys, jiggy jiggy, larata.
Oh my goodness.
Larata. So it was Monday, guys. So I used to stay around here, around this area. So kadi Sunday, nidiwa handambi.
Right.
That by that time, I don't know about now.
Yeah.
But kadi Sunday, actually kadi Monday. Sorry.
Bomo
It was
Kgodu Monday.
Kgodu Monday.
Bomo Kgodu
Stuff,
Monday.
yeah.
So,
So
yeah.
kadi Monday, nidiwa handambi. So, and Monique do thing in a little room. So, would go there sometimes. Sometimes I'd stay behind because I was working, and the others would go. So, in my mind, when I hear the noise, because it's women, I'm thinking, maybe Baba Itzela Bobtawe ngwabo. And then I'm disturbed by the noise, but I'm like, let me just go back to sleep. It's the people back born. I'm assuming it's them. I go back. I try to go back to sleep, but then the noise is coming closer. Okay. Hey, I'm back. Hey, I'm like, hi, walanu, wajale no, And I even forgot about the incident that happened earlier until I heard my boyfriend's voice. The boyfriend. He's a police officer, guys. I don't know if he still is. I haven't seen him in a long time. He's a police officer. And according to the way I understand it, a police officer should protect and serve, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I heard his voice and he said, I will show you where she stays, Mabo. And when I heard his voice, I was like, okay. Okay, what's happening? What's happening now? Who are these people? And then I heard a knock on my door. Now I'm sitting on my bed, I'm sitting. I'm
Waiting for it.
Was
actually.
it just a normal knock or they were banging the door?
They were banging, and they were also, remember, guys, I'm renting.
You're living with your child. Where was your child?
She was sleeping. One thing about Buka, sorry, I don't want to mention my daughter, my kid's name.
Yeah, it's okay.
One thing about my daughter, when she sleeps, guys, you can come in, take everything. You can,
She dies.
she dies, literally. She dies. So that day, she was dead. She was asleep. She was flat, And part of me is glad that she was asleep at that time. She was in deep sleep. So I heard a noise. I heard a knock on the door. And as they were knocking, and then I remembered, Kana, Kana, nilekabana funu. And people, I'm like, it's them. I'm like, but I'm not going to open the door. And I'm scared. As much as I talk too much, as much as you might think, papa, and things I don't like fighting. Fighting takes a lot of strength. It just
what's
takes
gonna
a lot.
happen to your pretty face if you fight?
So I'm not gonna open the door.
We are outdoors as usual. So our Sharpville people,
You don't even
know
have to
what?
explain.
They
You
already
give
know.
gestures, no. You don't
They
have to
already
explain.
know.
Yeah, you can continue.
So,
Mateboho.
so guys, I'm sitting on my bed. So I don't sleep with my pajamas.
Okay.
So that time,
Oh, balagaing.
Not the pajamas.
yeah, not the pajamas.
Okay, the jeans.
My
the-
body,
Aye,
my
no.
body, minus the pajamas. So that's how I feel comfortable, right, guys?
Oh, check.
So
What's happening in your head? Hi, Bo, come on, come back.
No, I'm just looking
Paul,
at
come
Shag.
back.
I'm looking at
No, don't look
Shag.
at
guys,
Shaggy.
I think
Don't
I'm not
look
the
at
only
Shaggy.
person.
Yeah.
I'm not the only person
You're
who's
not,
done sleep with
definitely
pajamas.
not.
Just that we
I
didn't,
tried.
we didn't expect that, but yeah,
I
it's
tried
fine.
sleeping because people have been asking, how's Saro balik at pajama? What happens if there's a fire or if there's an emergency? And for me, this case is like the same as when there's a fire.
Yeah.
Like it's you need to make a plan. Because if you're not prepared, then what if they bang the door or they kick the door down
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
know
Drag you out.
and drag you, you
Gamona,
know?
are
And
in
so
your
I
birthday suit.
quickly got dressed. I put on my pajamas. One thing about me, I will put them before I go to bed and I will put them on
When you
in the
wake
morning
up.
when I wake
Yeah.
up. But I don't sleep with them. So I quickly put my pajamas on and then my light was still off. So I stayed in one room. You know, it's just my bed and my things are all here.
Yeah.
So I quickly put on my pajamas. I'm like, I'm not going to switch on the light. I turned off my phone. I didn't want them to find me, you know. But then they knocked on the door, on the window. And on my mind, I'm like, yo, I'm going to lose my place, you know. The landlord is going to be angry and things like that. And they're knocking, you know, and they're just making noise. Like, you know, like I did something. I don't know what I did.
Okay, you didn't do anything really.
I just had an argument with my boyfriend over a girl that knows me that I don't know. You know? And then then they knock on other people's doors now. I'm like, yo,
My
one thing about my
goodness.
landlord at that time, yo, he was strict. He didn't like things like that, you know?
Yeah.
And he was also a police officer.
You lived with him in the same yard.
In the same yard, yes. Okay. And the funny thing is, he's also a police officer. So now there's 2 police officers in the yard. And with my landlord, he would go home with the police van,
Yeah.
branded and all.
So it was there.
It was there that day, that night. Yeah.
Whoa. He sleeps at home with the van in the yard.
That time,
Yes.
he did
There are
sometimes.
police
And when
officers
we
who
are
do
looking, when we are looking for vans,
And he
they are not
wasn't.
there.
He wasn't stationed
Okay.
here.
Not even go there.
He wasn't.
Yo.
Okay.
He wasn't stationed. He isn't. I don't know where he's stationed now, but at that time he wasn't here in Sharpeville.
Okay.
You know, he wasn't working here. So I think maybe, I don't know. But there was a police van in the yard, and part of me always felt safe because
Yeah.
you know
You have
you
a police around you.
you
have
know
a police
when you're
officer.
renting and you're a female and you stay alone with a daughter, you want safety, you want security, and I felt like I had that staying there, you know. But on that night, people came in, they were fighting, they banged my door. Okay, so when they eventually started knocking on other people's doors, I felt like I have no choice. Let me just hear what they want to say. Maybe
Yeah.
they will leave, you know.
Yeah.
Now they're waking everyone up. It's around 11 p.m. Now they're waking everyone up. They're causing a scene. Let me just open and hear what they want to say. And then maybe they're just going to tell me, leave my boyfriend alone. And then leave, you know. And I will just say, yes, okay, fine, I'll leave him, you know. And then they will leave. But then, he's got... Yo. So I opened the door. So I'm like, I opened the door a little bit. I'm like peeking. And I'm like, can I help you? Like, what did I say exactly?
It doesn't matter.
So I opened the door. I'm like, you know, and there was the older lady. So the older lady is the mom. So these people are mother and daughter. You know, a woman my age and her mother. So the mother was at my door and she was like, Bula mnyakon. You know, I'm like, no, I can't. I cannot bula ngwanaka o robetse. You know, I just said that. They kicked the door. They kicked the door open. They were inside. Oh, I can't fight to save my.
Eish,
I nearly said my ass. I can't fight to save my life. What am I gonna do now? And when they kick the door open, they don't even ask. They just grab my hair and they just start attacking.
They start fighting.
In my mind, I'm like, yo, you know, why it's one room is like it's a small space. Ne? And they're fighting me and I can't fight back because they had me by my hair and I'm face down, so I can't do anything. Literally, I can't.
Plus you can't
I
fight.
didn't know what to do. Plus I can't fight. Hey, I can't even make noise at that time. But the funny thing is everyone was outside already because everyone heard the noise.
And the two policemen were also outside.
The
Ask me
policeman
where-
was the boyfriend, and the
Yeah,
landlord.
and the landlord.
Right.
Yeah,
Please ask me where the boyfriend was.
Where was he?
in the house.
Yeah, where was he?
In the room.
I opened my door and I didn't see him. No sight of him. I could just, because these two people came in, the mother and daughter, they came in and they were alone. Everyone else was outside. They started attacking me and I didn't see anyone. It was just me and them. You know, I didn't want to scream because then I would wake my daughter up. You know, then I found myself opening my drawer because we were next to my cabinet. You know, opened my drawer, reached in there, and the whole intention of that was like to scare them. For me, if it was me and I'm fighting someone and they reach for like a weapon, maybe a knife, I would run because I don't want to get stabbed, right? But they kept on, and I reached for, like, I just put my hand in there and I came out with a knife. But because I had no intention of like stabbing anyone or hurting anyone, I just woke up. You know, I had no intention of just waking up and fighting. You know, I held this knife on the sharp end so that it doesn't hurt anyone. So, you know, so that like no one, it doesn't, because
If at all, it was gonna hurt you.
in my mind, I'm like, I don't want to hurt anyone. In my mind, I just wanted to scare because they
Wanted
had me
to
by my
stop.
hair. They were hitting me. They were kicking me, you know. I had this knife. But then I had it and they didn't move, you know. They didn't run away like I had hoped they would. They didn't. They were just still. And now that I grabbed this knife, they're like stronger now. Oh, you're getting a weapon. Okay, we'll show you, you know.
What are they doing in this moment? Are they hitting you? Are they just pulling you by your hair?
The other one is pulling me by my head. By my head. They both, I'm big. They're both bigger than me.
My size.
The lady, the young lady, I think she was your size. I don't know her. And honestly, even today, I don't know her.
You can't even recognize her.
I didn't see her. You know?
So they were hitting.
The other one had my hair. I had dreads. I like dreads. So I had dreads, artificial dreads at that time. They were long. They had me by my hair, face down. The other one was hitting me and they're just kicking me, you know. And now I have this knife in my hand and it's so sharp that it's tearing my you know, the inner part of my hand.
You are squeezing it.
I'm
you
holding it
in
so
the
that it
sharp hand.
doesn't hurt anyone. So they drag me outside. You know, they're even laughing. She can't even fight. They even, you know, she can't even fight and things like that. So they drag me outside. Both of them. When I got outside, everyone was there. I could see my landlord and his wife. I could see the boyfriend. He was standing so far away, guys. Yo, you see that tree? He was
This
holding.
was what, like 6 meters
He
away?
was standing so far away. He was folding his arms. Like he's just watching. He didn't say anything. He was just watching. Like he didn't bring these people to me. Like he doesn't know us. Like he doesn't know me. Like
he just heard a noise and he came out to see what's happening.
He's just, you know, this lady. I'm gonna try and demonstrate the position I was in. So this lady They pulled me outside, both of them. I was now outside. The mom had a baby on her back. I think a 1-year-old baby, and I think the lady, the baby is the lady's. Yeah, only got to find out that the lady, it's her son. You know, she was sitting down, and then she pulled me to her.
She was sitting way on a chair on the floor.
Fat, like she's fighting this woman, like she's really like she's fighting, and then like she had me here between her thighs, and then she like yeah, and lock us all,
in simple way.
and she's bigger than me, guys. Yeah, she's bigger than me. So on lucky like I'm out to store, guys. Straight, flat.
Facing up.
I'm facing like she's behind me, so
Okay,
we're both facing the same direction. And like she had her fists rolled, and then she like angama.
Ukhame miskat. I'll choke slam.
She
Strangle. She strangled you.
Yeah, yeah, dead.
So yeah,
You will have
she had-
subtitles for this. Don't worry.
So so in court they said she's throttling me.
Okay.
Now that is. Oh, thanks.
We
So
should
she was
actually.
This
we,
is very
we should,
hectic.
we should have asked Mohapi for that
I'm thirsty.
that word.
Eish,
Yeah,
eish.
that way.
Natlojita very
Eh.
quickly.
So yeah,
Have a drink.
So the lady is strangling me,
Thank you, guys.
and as she's strangling me, I'm trying to
Release yourself, maybe.
really release myself. It's not nice. It's not nice being. She wanted.
like you can breathe freely.
You
like,
can't.
yeah.
I'm here losing my breath, and I'm here trying, but then I'm also losing strength because she keeps.
Tightening.
I still
Tightening
have the
up.
knife, so I have only one hand to use to try and get myself out of that situation. And then she's also like hanging in there, It's like she, sometimes they say, "Lifu a lefila ha letla." Sometimes they say, "How fila hore, you're gonna die, you can feel it." And I feel like in this case, this is what happened. The lady she didn't even talk. Because I remember the first thing they said when they got there, the mother was the one who said, "Open the door," and I didn't. She didn't say anything to me. She just came in fighting, and then she was strangling me there on the floor, and until I got to a point where I'm like, okay, now I'm dying. Everything went into slow motion. I can see. There's my landlord. You know that man, ne? God bless him. God bless that man for me. Like, how can you let strangers into your yard and they're fighting one of your tenants
You're not doing anything.
and you don't do anything? You don't try to stop.
Just watching, but home.
It was.
As a man, it shouldn't even be hard for him to separate
Exactly.
two women fighting.
Exactly.
He has a police van. He could have put one of us in there. Damn. They're strangers. They came
They are
into
the
his
ones
yard.
who were
They're trespassing at
trespassing.
night.
I mean, you were sleeping. For heaven's sake.
God bless that man, whoever he is. And then everything turned into slow mo. I'm dying now. I'm giving up. My daughter's still sleeping, guys, peacefully.
Oblivious to what's happening
She
outside.
doesn't know anything. So I'm like, okay, no one is helping. The mom, she got a mop. So there's the washing line. We were next to a washing line. There's a mop there. Sometimes when it's wet, you leave it there. So it was mine. The mom took it and hit me with it, and she was also kicking. So they were both fighting. The mom was fighting with the baby on her back, and the daughter was like strangling me. And then I'm like, no, but I have this knife in my hand.
You remembered the knife.
Then I remembered, I'm like, no, but I can't just give in like this. And then my subconscious, because her thighs were here, so I just stabbed, and I was scared to even, I just fast. And then she's here. She's on my ear. Her hands are here, but her head is here. And she said to me, "Wanhlaba ke tlo bolaya," you know. And then when she said that, I'm like, I'm dead. Because now her grip was even tighter. And she was blocking all the airways. Is the airways there?
Yeah.
She was blocking every airway. I couldn't breathe anymore. I was giving in. You know, this was a situation where one of us was gonna die. And it was gonna be me. You know, it was gonna be me. I think it was gonna be me. Until my daughter woke up eventually. And I heard her, because I was already giving up, you know, and I heard my daughter screaming at the door. And then when I heard my daughter screaming in my head, I'm like, what are you doing? You know, guys, I lost my mom when I was young, when I was 10. And ever since I had my child, my only dream, my biggest dream has been to live until she's older, you know, until she can. So I came back to my senses, and I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you dying? Your daughter needs you. She doesn't have anyone else. And then she was screaming, and I looked at her. She's running. She doesn't know where she's going. She's just screaming. You know, one of my friends took her, and part of me was just shaken, and I just turned roughly. Remember, I still have the knife. I just turned. I don't know where I got the strength, but I feel like my daughter saved my life.
Gave you that strength.
You know, because hearing her scream like that, I was like, what are you doing, Mateboho? You're the only person this girl has. You know, you can't just give in. And I just turned roughly and with the knife, and I stabbed her.
Do you still recall where you stabbed her?
So at that time in my head, I'm like, you know, with us, plus size people, you get, I don't know if everyone has this, but you have this, like, on your armpit. I thought I stabbed her on her armpit, like here.
Like the soft,
like here, it's soft, you know.
skin,
I felt a soft
spot.
Yo, I can't even imagine it. It was so tense. It was so bad. So I felt a soft spot. So I thought it was this part. So immediately after I turned like that and I stabbed, she let go. And for me, that's all I wanted.
That's all you needed.
That's all I wanted. I grabbed my breath, you know, and then I ran into my room and I locked the door. That's all I wanted. For her to let go so that I can go and lock my door and lock myself in there, you know. But then she stood up. So I ran to my room. She let me go. I ran to my room and then I locked the door because I thought she was going to come, you know. Then I went to my window and then I peeked. And then I saw her. She stood up and then she was walking. But she was samutata wing una, you know. And at that moment, I thought maybe she's looking for like a brick or something to come and hit my window or I don't know. But I thought she was looking for something, you know. But then I was looking to see if she's going to find that brick. But as I was looking, I'm like, no, this person is not okay, you know. And then I opened my door. I went back outside. There are people, guys. There was people there. That's why I say if something is meant to happen, it's going to happen. I mean, there was a lot of people that could have stopped that.
The fight.
It could have been stopped. It was not even a fight. I wasn't fighting. I was being attacked.
Yeah.
You know? But the people just stood. They were just making noise. And when I stabbed her, they were like, yo, you know people can be dramatic. Ne? Yo, after I stabbed her, I remember I don't know who, but someone took the knife from my hand and threw it on the floor. And everyone was like, yo, umhlabile. As if now I'm the bad person. As if
Mara,
now,
whilst they were watching, while she was,
Exactly.
You know.
They were not doing anything.
and even when she was walking, guys, they were just following her. I think people, I don't know what was going on in those people's minds. What would you have done? Or when
When
I probably
if-
would have stood and watched. I think those people,
you don't want to get involved.
I don't know, like Kilgwala, so I don't know how to
but
fight.
remember,
And
we are not trained
I don't know.
as people. No, we are not trained to be involved in such situations. But we have two policemen in the yard who are watching,
To
who are
serve.
trained
To serve and
Exactly.
protect.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, for me, I don't watch fights.
So,
but
yeah,
I think
yeah.
I also don't.
I would gather the children like, hey, move. Don't
So-
look, don't watch about that.
So
that
how
person.
how long did it take for them to notify you about her passing, or
But you put
how
words in her mouth most now.
no, I'm not. I'm putting words
You are
in
fast
whose mouth.
forwarding.
No.
That's not fast forwarding.
No.
Let me put it into detail.
Hey, you are fast forwarding.
No.
Okay.
No.
Let me put it into detail. So, she was walking like that. I followed. She walked to the street. People followed. Everyone followed her. She went to the boyfriend's car, the car that they came with, because he brought them to me. Yeah. So she went to the car. Maybe she was trying to get into the car, and then I followed, but I went up to the gate just to see where she's gonna end up. And then I was at the gate, and someone said, "Oh yeah, guy, but you know." And then I went back, and she fell when she got to the car door. She fell, and that's when her mom started screaming. Yo, manaka, she started being dramatic, and that is when everyone started now looking at me like I'm this bad person. Remember, I was sleeping. I was attacked. People came to my place to attack me, but now I look like the bad person because I defended myself. I stabbed. I went to look for my daughter, and because I stabbed her on the thigh, and she was nang lokile ka maoto. My pants had blood on them. So when I went to my daughter, she ran away from me. She was scared, and I thought she was scared of me because I also already saw myself as this monster. I stabbed a person, and someone explained that, no, you need to change your pants. They're full of blood, and then I went to change, and then my daughter came to me, and then the nerve of my landlord. He came. So I'm in my room. I'm changing. I'm there. I'm calling my family. I'm like, guys, I just stabbed someone. I'm going to prison. That's what I thought. I thought she died. When she fell at the gate and her mom was screaming, I thought she died. So I called my family, everyone. I even called my sister who was in hospital. I'm an only child, so she's my aunt, but everyone is my sister. My sister. So I called my sister who was in hospital. I just called everyone, like I didn't know. I even called my boyfriend's, the guy, his mom, to say I stabbed. I didn't know what to do, but I thought I was going to prison. In fact, I thought that the police guy, the police landlord who was there with the van was gonna take me. But he didn't. Instead, he came to my room and just shouted at me.
And said what?
He said, you see now this thing of you guys bringing your boyfriends here. My boyfriend didn't even go into the yard, and he never went. You see now this thing of you guys bringing your boyfriends here. Look now, you killed someone over. I guess he also thought the lady was dead over her boyfriend, And I was just standing there, and I was just looking at him. I'm like, the nerve. You could have prevented it. This thing could have been prevented, but then it's too late. I already stabbed someone. I already stabbed the lady, and apparently they took her to the clinic. And I don't know what happened, honestly. My family came. My mom's sister came. My mom's oldest sister came with her daughter. She had organized transport, and it was late. It was late at night. It was now around midnight. And then the my aunt was like to me, what happened? I was like, I don't know, but I stabbed her. I'm going to prison, you know. And she tried to explain to me, but you stabbed her and it's bad. You know, I thought, then she asked me, where did you stab her? And that police guy, my landlord, was there when my aunt asked me, where did you stab her? I said, I stabbed her here by the armpit, you know. And my landlord was like, no, you even think you stabbed her there? You didn't stab her there. You will be lucky if she's alive. And now, you know, like, he's talking to me like that. And in my head, I'm like, but this is not fair, but it's fine. You know, I stabbed her. And I think I deserve this.
So where did you stab her?
Uh, I only got to know later in court when the postmortem came and everything came that I stabbed her above the heart, and I think maybe one of the veins that go to the heart, you know, but she didn't die instantly. So the following day, so the same day, so the same night, I went home to my family home. You know, they took me home. I couldn't sleep that night. I was sitting the whole night waiting for the police. You know, I really thought I stabbed someone. I'm going to prison. That's it. Even my family was like, "You stabbed her. You're going to prison, whether she dies or not. You know, you're going to prison. If she dies, it's murder. If she lives, it's attempted murder." And in my head, it was already like that. Like I was like, "Okay, guys, I'm going to prison." You know, my only worry was my child. You know, my daughter. What is going on in her head at that time? What am I gonna say to her? You know, what's gonna happen? She's lost her mother. Because I thought like I was gonna be arrested and that's it. Even now, I thought by now you know, at that moment you don't know. I've never been in that kind of situation. I've never been arrested. So I don't know like what happens now. I go to court. What? I didn't know the process. I just thought, no, I'm going to jail. So I didn't sleep the whole night. I was waiting for the police. They didn't come. And in the morning, the boyfriend, he came and he met my aunt. No, actually, my aunt went to the police station because in the morning I slept because I was like, oh, the police didn't come. I might as well just sleep and then they'll wake me up when they come. And my aunt went to the police station and the guy was already moving on with his life. Like nothing happened. He was at work. I wasn't at work. I was home. I was supposed to be at work, but I wasn't. My life was disturbed. You know, those people, the lady was in hospital. The mom was probably stressed about her daughter, you know, but he was going on with his life. He caused all of this. You know, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. But he was already at work, moving on with his life, like nothing happened. And my aunt went to him and she was like, do you realize what you did? My child is going to prison because of you and you are at work already. She didn't go to work. She didn't even explain. What is she going to say at work? You know?
So what is he saying?
And at that time he said to my aunt, no, don't worry, Mama. I was at the hospital. The lady's fine. I spoke to her. We're not going to lay any charges. Just your daughter must just go on with her life. She's not going to, I will make sure she doesn't press charges. I will make sure it's all fine, you know. Don't worry. It's my fault. I know, you know.
He's such a relaxed,
to
chilled,
think,
don't care type
to
of
think
person.
I loved, to think I was so in love with this person.
Sure.
Now I'm like, yo, what a waste of my love.
Total waste, if you ask me.
He's like, no, don't worry. I went to the hospital. They're fine. Even the mother, they're not going to lay any charges. Your daughter can go back to work. It's fine, you know.
The mother, the one who was so angry the previous night.
And my aunt came back home and she's like, yo, I went to the police station. I met with that guy. He said, you know, my aunt was like kind of relieved to say, this is his fault. And he says he's going to fix it.
Yeah, he's acknowledging his fault.
Yeah. So, just go on with your life, you know. And I didn't go to work. My daughter didn't go to school because we left all the clothes here. So, I went to my room later that evening. I went to my room with my cousin. to get some clothes because I thought I was going to work the following day to get some clothes. It's now Tuesday to get some clothes for work for my child for school.
This is now Tuesday, later in the afternoon.
Yes. So as I'm at my room, this guy, the boyfriend, comes. He comes with 3 people, 2 females and 1 guy. The guy used to go to high school with us. It's just I don't know his name. But he was surprised when he got there and he saw me. You know, he was like, "Kwena Mateboho." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "This guy said the lady that stabbed my cousin, utswa Lesotho, hana family. And
So the police, the person that came with the boyfriend is the cousin of the...
So chong utlele family ya that
yeah, the guy, the
lady.
boyfriend, utlilele, the cousin, the lady
Right.
that I had stabbed. And the ladies, because this guy knows me, he's talking to me like he knows me from school. Guys, you know me from school. Was I a bad person?
No, not all I know about you from school was that you laughed a lot and you sang very beautifully.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Oh, Tonia sings beautifully.
Thank
She
you.
sings beautifully.
Wow.
You do.
Thank you. Yeah, so the guy knew me. I still know his face. I don't know his name though, but he said, "Ha, batongwena." I'm like, "Yeah, ke nna." And the ladies, because they don't know me, they were fuming and they were like, "Do you realize what you did to our cousin?" And you know, I didn't have the strength to deal with those people. And luckily I was with my cousin. I was not alone. And my cousin was like, "Yeah, she does, and she's really sorry about that, but your cousin also like umlatile madulang, you know."
I really don't understand why the boyfriend keeps on bringing people.
I really
to
don't
you.
understand.
I do not get it.
Never.
You know what he said?
I don't.
He said, "Yeah, ha kena mnyako." He said, "Yeah, kuwen. Wena, a ke o tseba hlaba wena, hlaba he."
Batong.
This is the same guy
Wow.
that brought people to my place at
The
9.
same guy you loved
I really
so
don't
Around
much.
get it.
11 p.m. The same guy I,
really don't
loved
get
so
it.
much. And I just lost strength. And I had left my cell phone at home. So I went to the other people's rooms to borrow a cell phone and I called my aunt. And I was like, "Okay, there's people here. What do I do in this situation?" My aunt was like, "Leave them. Give them our address and tell them if they need to talk, they can come home. But don't say anything to them. You know, just give them the address, direct them and say they can come home. If they want to, they can bring their elders so we can talk, you know." But no, I told my cousin said that to them. But no, they said, "No, we want to leave. We want to go somewhere with you." To me. They were like, "Let's go. We want to go somewhere with you." And my cousin, I was quiet the whole time. I was in disbelief. Like, how do you bring people to my place to attack me and then come back the following day with other people and then say the things you're saying, you know? And then they wanted to leave me with me. They wanted to take me somewhere. And in my mind, I'm like, these people, they want to go kill me. Because they're like, "Do you realize what you did to our cousin? You need to be dealt with," you know, things like that. And my cousin was like, "Yo, luckily I had her, Lerato, thank you, yo." And she was like, "No, you're not going anywhere with her." And the other lady was like, "No, we need to talk to her. We just want to talk to her." And so they wanted me to get into their car and go with them. I don't know where. And they said they wanted to talk. And my cousin was like, "If you need to talk, come home. You can bring elders, you can bring anyone. Just come home if you want to talk." And then she directed them. She gave them the address and they were like, "Okay, sharp, we'll come. Today we'll come." It was Tuesday. "Today we'll come." And my aunt, on our way back from there, my aunt was like, "Okay, don't come home. Go to the police station. Go straight to the police station. I'll meet you there." So I went to the police station. My aunt was there. My other aunt was there, you know. And I went basically to hand myself in. Because we could see that. I could also see that this is going to get out of hand if I don't report myself. Because the police were not coming to arrest me. And I had been waiting for them, you know. I had already made peace with it. And they were not coming. And my aunt just said, "Let's go to the police station." And I went. And I just went there. And like, I didn't know what to say. How do you hand yourself in? What do you say when you get there? You know, so I didn't know what to say. And I was there like, I stabbed someone and I have to get arrested, and they didn't understand. Hore, what are you talking about? Who did you stab? You know what's happened?
No, they
What
need
about
to
those
get
who are
the story
waiting?
like.
But yeah, they want to understand what happened, and they didn't understand, so they kept calling each other, "Hey, Batung Tlutweng." And like
Where was this happening? The reception
the,
or they
that
put
place, that's when you
Yeah,
what
the
do you call it?
reception.
Yeah,
I say when you enter the police
Yeah,
station.
at the reception.
Code
certifier.
red happened at the reception.
Tlutweng, hey, mama,
My goodness.
and I have to repeat the same thing. I stabbed someone, so
it was
I need to
women,
get
ne?
arrested. Men and women. Eventually, they said, just go into that office. And then they called, I don't know if it's a station, I don't know, guys, who's who at the police station,
Yeah,
but they
yeah.
called somebody, and we were in that office with my family members that were there and with the police, and I was busy explaining. And as I was explaining, I was already taking off my shoelaces. I was already
You were ready for anything.
You're
I
ready to
knew.
get
Yeah.
arrested, actually.
I knew I had, I felt bad about it. So I knew I was getting arrested. So I was already, I know you take off your shoelaces, so you can't go into prison with shoelaces.
Yeah,
I've seen in movies. And I was already taking my password off my phone so that my family has access to my phone, And then I was busy explaining about what happened the previous night. And then I heard people singing. So the offices at the police station, there's no curtains. It's just windows. And outside the window, there's a mob. There's people. I don't know how you guys don't know about this, but there was a whole mob. And people are there at the window like, there she is. Guan. And people are singing. People are there for me. I'm like this big criminal now. And then they called the gentleman, the policeman that I was talking to. They called him outside for a few seconds. He went outside, and I'm so scared at this point. Like I don't know.
Not know what's happening.
I don't know. I know I'm gonna get arrested, but now what's happening? What's with all these people? What's happening now? And the policeman came back with two more police people, a lady and a man, and he was like, it's brave what you're doing, handing yourself over to the police. We understand it wasn't an easy decision to make, but there's been a development. Oh, now I'm getting more scared. And he's like, the lady in question, the lady that you stabbed, has passed on.
Oh my goodness.
And now these are the police from Sebokeng because she passed on, I think, at Sebokeng Hospital. So I don't know. The docket was opened in Sebokeng because she died in Sebokeng. So I had to go and get arrested in Sebokeng. Yeah. And there's a mob outside. My world came crumbling, and then the police lady said to me, I'm gonna hold your hand, just bend your head, don't look at anyone, just walk fast. We'll open the door for you, just get inside. It wasn't a van like police van marked, it was like a double cab. So they were not rough with me.
Yeah.
Because I think they understood the situation. I also think it's because maybe I handed myself in. I didn't run away.
Yeah.
They didn't have to go look for me. But they were not rough with me. They were not bad. So the lady held my hand, but I couldn't keep my head down. Like I looked and I saw a lot of people, and amongst the mob, I saw friends.
Goodness.
The same people that I was staying with. People that are considered friends. When you're renting, you stay with people, they become your family because they're your immediate people. You live with them and your family is not there. I saw them leading the mob.
My goodness.
I saw them pointing me. The same people I called my friends. I saw them pointing at me and saying, "When, kena on, kena," I was like, yo, okay. Wow. And my sister, guys, I call everyone my sister. I'm an only child.
Okay.
She's my aunt, but I call everyone my sister. So she was there by the van, and she was trying to get me to calm down. Because when I saw my friends there, these are the people that you invite everywhere. These are the people that you do
To
everything
share
with.
your special moments with,
You
share
know,
your life with them.
These are the people that know you. They know things that happen. They knew this boyfriend guy. My family didn't know this guy. These are the people that knew my relationship with this guy. But these are the same people that were leading the mob and saying, there she is, Kena, And Helen, this step, and I just went in, and my sister was there, and she was like, "Don't worry, it's gonna be okay." Sorry, don't worry, it's gonna be okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
And there was a lady that was standing behind my sister, and she said, "Aska wara, dikeledi tsa rona tsona, ngwana rona yena." And guys, I just closed the door. They just left. I went to Sebokeng, the police station there. Yeah, you wanna ask? Then I was arrested.
Now, okay. I don't want to ask before Lerato abots because we give it pele because I knew very well when I asked that question. Obviously, to Kalamra and come with the story, but it's fine. What was going through your mind when they broke the news to you that now you are being charged with this?
Lady died.
Yeah.
When they broke the news that the lady died,
when you thought that you
going
have
through your
kids that you need to raise, your kids are only looking up to you. You are the only person. Like, what was going through your mind?
I was, I had already in my mind. I was like, if this lady dies, I'm gonna be charged with murder. And if she doesn't die, I'm still going to go to prison, but it will be attempted murder. I prayed so hard for her to live. I prayed so hard for her to live, to say, God, please just save her, And when I heard that she died, my world came, like, it crashed. Guys, I was working. I was also studying. I was a student. I was studying towards a teaching degree at NWU, and I was working as well. Like, things were coming along nicely. Like, I had a plan, But when that thing happened, it was the end of the world for me. I felt like, okay, it's the end. It's the end of the world. This is it.
That's tough, eh?
When you get to when I got to Sebokeng, the police station, then they give you a paper that has all your rights. You have a right to remain silent and all these rights that they read to you when you get arrested. Then this guy on this paper, he wrote with a red pen, "Murder."
My goodness.
Damn.
I'm like, okay, so this is my...
Damn.
This is you now.
It's like they wrote it here. This is my title, murderer. This is where I am now. And they were laughing. The previous week, I think, if it's not 2 weeks before that, there was a case of a prison warder who shot his girlfriends there, Kavuka.
Oh, he was my uncle actually.
Yeah, there was that, and then mine was the following week. So in the car on our way to the police station, the lady was like, "You'll get over this. Those people, the mob, they're there because they don't know what happened.
Yes.
They're there because they don't know you. They know the lady that passed on, but they don't know you, and they don't know the story. They're gonna hear the story, and they're gonna change. Some of them are gonna change their mind to say, no, but we were wrong to do that, So she was like, no, I don't know the lady. She's just a police officer that I met on that day. But she was like, no, don't worry too much about it, And when I got to the police station, like the police that were there in the charge office, they were like, that was a Sharpeville. People in Sharpeville are killing each other, and they were laughing about it,
My goodness. As if it's just,
And they were laughing about it. And so I went to the cells. And like at that time, like I didn't have any emotion. I didn't cry, I didn't laugh, I didn't talk, I didn't eat, I didn't do anything. I was just a potato, like I was just
So how long did you stay there for?
So you have to get detained for 48 hours before you go to court, right?
Yeah.
So for my 24 hours, I was at Sebokeng, so that's where I got arrested. But then in the morning, my family comes, they bring me toiletries, they bring me a change of clothes. And then after some time, I'm told, no, they call me. They call me and they're like, no, you need to go to Sharpeville. You need to go to Sharpeville. This incident happened in Sharpeville, so you need to go to Sharpeville. So I was in Sebokeng for 24 hours, and then I had to be like in Sharpeville for 24 hours. So they had to transport me from Sebokeng to Sharpeville. So it's in the morning. So there's this policeman. He's the one transporting me, and he's like, police guys can be rude. They can be arrogant. Like they can make you feel like you're nothing, or you're already going through the most. This policeman, he said to his colleagues, "You want me to transport a murderer all the way to Sharpeville? You need to cuff his feet and her. You need to cuff her feet and her hands, And he was going all around making noise. Cuff her. I won't be safe. I don't feel safe with this girl. I won't feel safe with this girl in the same car."
He's already judged you.
And I was just quiet. Like I was just quiet. I didn't know what to say. Overnight in the cell, people came and went. Ladies in the cells, they want to make a conversation. What are you in for? For me, I fought with my boyfriend. For me, I did this. And I felt whatever they did, it's nothing compared to
what
I did, I already felt like I was going in for a long time. So whatever they did, it's small. I don't even need to make conversation with them.
You don't need to know them.
I don't even need
because.
So there I go, being transported to Sharpeville police station. This guy in the car, he's like shouting at me. He's laughing also. Lagata menyetla. O bone leponisa wa bona menyetla, wa bona opportunity. Mind you guys, the guy that I was dating, not hore ke mo buela or anything like that. He's not from here, And I think he was trained well from back home. I don't know, but I thought, because he'd never been into my room. He'd never. Even though I stay alone, most guys, when you stay alone, they think you have freedom. They want to come in. They want to know. He didn't do that. When I was free, when my daughter was not with me, would go to his place. He didn't even insist on, why don't you want me to come? But that guy was hiding? That guy was like, so yeah, when he works night shift, he goes to your place. He doesn't work, like things like that. So like, and then he said, you're not even showing compassion. You don't even show that you're sorry for what you did. Because I was serious. I was not crying. I was not talking. I just had a straight face. I didn't know what to do.
Because a lot of people had already condemned you.
Like everyone perceived you as a murderer.
Already had a judgment, a decision. Like people had already made a decision. And forgetting what you were going through. You know what? Sometimes people do that. Like they forget to think about the other person. They forget to really like try and show compassion for the other person, irregardless of what you think that person is.
Ibile, you've touched something. Through all that, like through what you were going through at the time, do you have any support?
Yeah, I had my family, even though my aunt, I had my aunt, like that's my mom's older sister. Everyone else was supportive, but there wasn't much they could do, honestly. I was in jail. You know, I was arrested.
But just
But I had family
knowing.
bringing me food. I had family bringing me, because they couldn't bring. I'm here at the police station, so they can't bring even food. It's not allowed. But then they let me have it. I had blankets. They're not allowed, but they brought me like a gown so I keep warm at night. Here in Sebokeng, they brought me clothes, toiletries, so I took a bath with cold water. So they were there. My family was there. And on my first court appearance, my family was there. Like, everyone was there. All my friends. The same friends that were leading the mob, they were there. My friends from work were there. My friends from school were not there. I didn't tell them what happened. But guys, I want to tell you about what happened when I was on my way from Sebokeng police station to Sharpeville after my 24 hours. So this guy that's transporting me, we get to Pula Garage. So we get to Pula Garage and he stops the car and he gives me 10 rand. And he says, go and buy whatever you want. This is the last freedom you'll ever get in your life. They're gonna lock you up.
So they didn't succeed in getting you cuffed.
The other police officers didn't want to. They said he was crazy. He was like, they were like, no, you can't do that. This person, if you understand this person's situation and how everything happened, don't do that. She's a victim. But he was just arrogant, and
Okay. So he gave you 10 rand.
I didn't take it.
But
He was like, they're gonna go and buy yourself whatever you want, even if it's a cool drink. You're drinking cool drink for the last time in your life, He said, go and get sweets. You'll be eating sweets for the last time in your life. You're gonna be locked away for a long time, And I was like, no, get sharp. I was like, go. I'm giving you your last freedom. Go. I'm like, no, get sharp. And he's not even allowed to do that. He's not even allowed to let me walk free. I'm arrested, and then he went. And when we got to Sharpeville, at the police station, the car is entering. I'm sitting in front with him, and then the boyfriend is there. He's at work. He's standing outside. He was speaking to the station commander. He was in his uniform, going on with life, as usual.
Happened.
And then he said, is that the guy you were fighting over? I'm like, yes. He's like, where are you? You're in prison. The other one is dead. You're not life, and I cried. When I thought of that, I cried. It was, now I was like, yo, reality. This is my reality now. He's free. He's going on with his life, and I'm here. And yeah, then I got to Sharpeville. I was supposed to do my 24 hours again, spend a night, and then on the following day go to court.
Is that what happened?
So the following day I went to court. Guys, now I was not eating. Since I got arrested on Tuesday, it's now what, 48 hours. I had not eaten anything. I just refused to eat. And my family brought me like a whole skaftin. Say, okay, if you can't eat prison food, eat this. I didn't eat. I couldn't eat. And they packed meat. And when you bite, because I tried biting, I like meat. So I tried biting into the meat. But that sensation when your teeth go bite into the meat, it feels like, to me, it felt like the same sensation I got when the knife, so I couldn't eat, so I couldn't. And my uncle, he's late now. He passed on last year. He was there. He was there for me. He came in the cell. He made, those blankets. I had no choice. I had to sleep with them, but I didn't sleep in the cell. I slept outside. He made my bed. He was there. He was like, I'm going to be with you all the way. Don't worry. You're coming home. You're going to court. They're going to give you bail. My family tried to give me hope. You're going to court. You're going to get bail today. You're coming back home. And I had a little bit of hope to say, okay, this is not the end. I'm coming back home. They brought me clothes. I changed. And then I went to court. You're transported in a police. They are transported in a police that long, but I didn't get transported in that. And guys, I want to give props to the police, Sharpeville, for the treatment. It wasn't all.
They were kind to you.
They were kind to
But
me.
do you think it was because you handed yourself in, or even if they searched for you, were you going to get the same treatment?
I don't think it's because I handed myself in. I think it's because they understood. Because when I got to Sharpeville, the policeman that I found there in the cells, he said, "Don't worry, you're a victim also in this thing." He said, "You are just trying to defend yourself. Just be positive. Just wait for the magistrate's final decision. You know, it's not all bad. Just have a little bit of hope. You know, and even if you get sentenced, it's not going to be long." You know, he said, just have a little. Like everyone was so kind when they were when the other shift was knocking off. Now there was someone else in charge because I was the only lady that was arrested that time. So they were letting me know, okay, now I'm going home. But this is the person that's going to be in charge. If you need anything, just call her and things like that. You know.
Would you say they are the way they took care of you, they are reassurances, their kindness, so to speak, kept you going?
It gave me a little bit of hope that okay.
You
Then
can
I
do
started
this.
because in my head in the beginning I was like, I stabbed someone, I'm going to jail. But then I started having this thought like, but I was defending myself. There's a window of opportunity, you know. It's not all bad. I was defending myself, you know. And then I had that. Then I went to court. You get to court. It's a first time experience. You get to court. You're downstairs. You're in the cells. You meet other prisoners.
Oh, there are cells in court. There are cells in court. Hold, yo.
Yeah, there's holding cells in court. You meet other prisoners, and so guys,
Continue.
so it was my turn to go to court, right? You go, you know, I always wondered when people go down the stairs and
What
up those stairs,
happens?
like where do they go? You know, and I experienced that firsthand because I went down those stairs and I went up those stairs, and I was like, oh, it's hectic down there because you meet people that are already in prison, that are also waiting to see the magistrate. You know. So I went there, and when it was my turn to see the magistrate, it was already late. Court was already closing, and I couldn't because the magistrate was like, guys, we'll see the other people tomorrow.
Can we please hold it there when the court is closing, because I think we're gonna need part 2 for this. I think we're gonna need part 2 because Shege is complaining. Shege is complaining. I don't know. Shege doesn't charge the cameras or what, but there's something wrong with Shege. So, Lerato, what could be your last remarks with this is heavy, man. This is heavy.
Firstly, there has to be a part 2 because we haven't really gotten into the questions.
Yeah.
And also, this really is a story of hope,
Yeah. Yeah.
of rebuilding, and of hope and rebuilding.
Yeah.
Because I want to say that as the Game Changers podcast, that's what we are about.
Exactly.
Rebuilding
Exactly.
and hope.
Changing
Exactly.
the game.
Yeah.
In whatever situation you find yourself in, however small or however big, there is always hope.
Yeah.
And we can always rebuild from anywhere. At any point in your life, you can always rebuild.
Yeah, guys, in closing, this is not the end of this episode. We're going to have episode 2. We're going to have episode 2.
And also, I'm going to suggest, I don't know if it's fine, guys, you will tell me. I'm going to suggest that our viewers, our subscribers, if you have any questions, if you've got any questions for Tonia, you can send them in so that she can answer in part 2. I think, we should do that. For part 2, send in your questions. We will read your questions, give Tonia her questions, and then she'll also finish up her story, because I believe that there is so much more to it.
Tonia, we appreciate you, man, for being this brave, coming here, going to share this story. We believe that this story is motivational. It's heartbreaking, and
It's game changing.
It's game changing.
It's
game
game
changing. So,
changing.
game changers, don't forget to like, share, and follow our content.
And
Okay.
Can I just put this out
Yeah.
there? I'm not doing this podcast to put anyone on blast.
Yeah.
To expose
Or
anyone.
yourself, because of you are also at risk.
I'm not doing this to shame anyone. You know, I'm doing this podcast to raise awareness that anything can happen at any moment, and when you least expect. And also, for me, it's a form of therapy. You know, talking about it. I've never spoken about it, and guys, I feel
lighter.
Lighter. Talking about it.
Yeah.
So thank you for having me. I look forward to having coming back for part 2.
Yeah.
I'll definitely do that.
Guys, that's a promise that we are making to you. We're gonna have part 2 of this episode. So from me, Mpotau, Lerato, Mokhema.
Lerato Mokhema. Lerato Dikgama.
And Tonia Mokheseng, lights out. You are out, guys. Tanko.
Thank you.